Alright guys, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to do a lesson on long division, ironic enough, which I bet was a skill that you hoped maybe you'd never see again. And what I'd like to do is to actually take you back to a long division problem. So let's say I have 6 divided into 5,248. Okay, so let's think about the process that you would go through to do just regular long division. So you would say, does 6 go into 5? And it does not. So then you say, well, how many times will 6 go into 52? And we do a little bit of thinking, and we get 8. Now you say, what did you do next? 8 times 6 is 48. And then you would do what with these two numbers? You would subtract them. So you get 4. And then what was your next step? So your next step would be that you would bring down this other 4. And then you would repeat the process. You would say, how many times does 6 go into 44? And that's 7 times. And now you'd go ahead and multiply. 7 times 6 is 42. And again, you would now subtract. 44 minus 42 is 2. Bring down your 8. And last, you would say, how many times does 6 go into 28? 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24. And now you would subtract and get a remainder of 4. And remember, in basic elementary school, you would have put R4, but then they taught you later that you could take the remainder and put it over the divisor. And then, of course, we never leave a fraction unless it's in simple terms. So my final answer would be 874 2/3. Alright, so trip down memory lane. I didn't just take you there because I wanted to torture you tonight, but we're going to do long division now with polynomials. Okay, and first I'm going to go ahead and write out your steps. So long division of polynomials. I know, you can hardly wait for this lesson, right? I mean, right there, starting off with long division in general has already caused some of you guys to hit stop on the video. But it is not as bad as it looks. First thing I need you to do is arrange the terms. Of both the dividend and the divisor in decreasing powers. Add zeros where needed. Okay, so just like normal, we like things to go in order from the largest exponent down to the smallest. So that's the first thing I want you to do, both in the divisor and the dividend. Alright, second, divide the first term of the dividend into the first term of the divisor. Just like we did up here. We said, how many times does 6 go into 52? Alright, so you're going to do the same thing. Divide the first term in the dividend. The dividend is the number under the bar, in case you don't remember that, by the first term of the divisor. The divisor is the one that's outside. So if you look at that first example we did, 6 is the divisor, 5,248 is the dividend. Alright? Step 3. Think about what we did. So we've divided this term by 6, we got this. Then we multiplied. 6 times 8 and got 48. So then the next step I want you to do is multiply every term in the divisor. Then I want you to subtract. And I'm going to give you a little memory device here. Draw a line and change the signs. So you'll keep hearing me say that over and over again. Draw a line, change your signs. Bring down the next term. Of the dividend. Continue until you're finished. Whoops, helps if I can spell. Write a remainder if necessary. As a fraction, if necessary. Alright, you ready? Here we go. We're going to start off not too bad. Number 1, we're going to divide x plus 9 into x squared plus 14x plus 45. So we're going to start off nice and easy. So I find that if you would keep your steps handy, I'm going to kind of walk you through the steps one at a time. Alright, step 1, make sure everything is arranged from the highest order to the lowest. Alright, that's done. Step 2, divide the first term of the divisor into the first term of the dividend. So my question is, how many times does x divide into x squared? So if you do, I'm going to come over here to the side, if I do x squared divided by x, I get x. Okay? Now, what I like to do is line them up. Do you see that this is an x squared term? So I don't want to put it up here, but this is my x term, so I'm going to put it right above that. Alright? Step 3, multiply every term in the divisor by this number, or variable. So, x times x is x squared. X times 9 is 9x. Okay? Number 4, subtract. Draw a line and change the signs. The reason that both signs get changed is because when you subtract, remember you have to distribute your negative, right? If I'm going to subtract x squared plus 9x, that's really a negative x squared minus 9x. Okay, that's where it's coming from. Alright, these cancel. 14 minus 9, time to do some old school math there. 5x. Step 5, bring down the next term, plus 45. Alright, let's go through the process again. This time I want to divide the first term of my divisor into that term of my dividend. So 5x divided by x is 5. So I'm going to put a 5 up here. Notice that's a number. I'm going to put him right above the numbers. Now what kind of 5 is he? Positive or negative? He's a positive, so let's put a plus there. Alright, back going through my steps. Step 3, multiply the 5 times the divisor. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 9 is 45. Alright, we're to step 4, subtract. Draw a line, change your signs. So 5x minus 5x is 0, and 45 minus 45 is 0. So because I ended up with a 0, I have no remainder, and I'm done. This is my answer. Okay? So far, so good. Alright, let's kick it up a notch. Number 2. Let's try to divide 7 minus 11x minus 3x squared plus 2x cubed by x minus 3. And I guess I should have put divide at the front. Sorry about that. Alright, so you're going to divide this polynomial by this binomial. So, ready? Step 1. Let's go ahead and put it into the bar, and I want to go ahead and make sure that everything is in order. Can you see right now these guys are out of order? So I start with my constant and I work my way to the highest term. Alright, so I'm going to put x minus 3 on the outside, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 11x plus 7. Okay, ready? Let's roll. Step 1. Take your divisor, divide it into the first term of your dividend. Sorry, haven't had a cup of coffee and it is early in the morning, guys. 2x cubed divided by x. Now, you don't have to show me this step, but for a lot of people it's nice so that this number they pick up here is not magical. Alright, so 2x cubed divided by x is 2x squared. Now, look here and decide where's your x squared. It's right here, so let's put the 2x squared right on top. That way everything stays neat. Step 3. What are you supposed to do now? Multiply every term in your divisor by this number. 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. 2x squared minus 3 is negative 6x squared. Now we're ready to subtract. Draw a line, change our signs. So 2x cubed minus 2x squared, 2x cubed, they're gone. I have negative 3x squared plus 6x squared gives me 3x squared. Step 5, bring down the next term. Do it all again. Take the first term of your dividend, divide it by the first term of your divisor. So 3x squared divided by x is 3x. Okay? Make sure you put him right above the x term. So here's my x term. I'm going to put my 3x. And remind yourself of what is his sign. He is positive. Or she. I should not be call everything male. Pardon me, ladies. Alright, you ready? Okay, I'm going to wait for just a second, and I want you to see if you can get your next line. I feel like I should have some music here, like a little Jeopardy theme for you. Alright, let's see. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. So double check yourself, make sure you're good. Alright, we ready? I'm going to draw a line, change my signs. These cancel. Negative 11x plus 9x is negative 2x. Bring down the next term. Alright, you ready? Since we still have a term here, since we still brought something down, we're not done yet. You'll know you're done when you have nothing else to bring down. That's when you can decide if you have a remainder or not. Alright, let's do it all again. First term, negative 2x divided by first term x. So negative 2x divided by x is negative 2. Alright, let's multiply. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Running out of colors. Alright, here we go. Draw a line. Change your signs. 7 minus 6 is 1. Okay, so this time you see you have a remainder. Alrighty? So what we're going to do is, first of all, is that remainder positive or negative? Positive, so put a plus up here. Now, just like in our beginning, how you wrote 4 over 6, you're going to take this remainder over the divisor. And this, my dear friends, is the answer. Okay? Alright, we got one more on our plate to do. This one's going to look good. And in fact, debating whether I need another sheet. I'm going to go ahead and get a fresh sheet of paper. Alright, I'm going to take, divide 2x to the 4th plus 3x cubed minus 7x minus 10 by x squared minus 2x. So now, let's take a minute and look at it. First he's in, okay, we've got a fourth, a third. Where's our x squared term? Do you see we don't have one? So what we're going to do when we come down here is we're actually going to insert those zeros. Remember I had the zeros in quotes. So what you're going to do is just put 0x squared minus 7x minus 10. Okay, so that's that. I put in the 0. That way it becomes a placeholder. If you don't do that, you typically forget that term, and then that causes your whole problem to be incorrect. Alright, so that goes underneath. Now, let's check this guy. Make sure he's in descending order, and does he have all his terms? He has x squared x. Do you notice he doesn't have a constant? Okay, so let's go ahead and give him his constant. Plus 0. Alright, well this one does not look like any fun at all. Alright, you ready? You got this. Here we go. Step 1. First term divided by first term. So 2x to the 4th divided by x squared is 2x squared. Now, do a quick thing. Look at, this is an x squared. Where does he go? There's an x squared. Let's put him right on top. Okay, so I really want you guys to pay attention that you're putting the term in the right spot. Okay? Now what? I'm hoping you said multiply this by your divisor. So 2x squared times x squared is 2x to the 4th. 2x squared times a negative 2x is a negative 4x cubed. And 2x squared times 0 is 0x squared. Alright, so I understand it looks different because now we have 3 things. I don't want you to panic. It's going to pan out exactly the same. Draw a line, change your sign. Realize that sign doesn't matter because he's a 0. But just to be consistent, let's do it. So 2x to the 4th minus 2x to the 4th, they're gone. 4x cubed plus 3x cubed is 7x cubed plus 0x squared. Or minus, again, the 0 term, it doesn't matter his sign. Alright, what's your next thing to do? Bring down your next term. So I still have more terms to bring down, I'm not done yet. Alright, here we go. First term, 7x cubed, divided by first term, x squared. So 7x cubed divided by x squared is 7x. And what's his sign? Positive. Alright, do your pattern all over again. Term times divisor. So 7x times x squared is 7x cubed. 7x times negative 2x is negative 14x squared. 7x times 0 is 0x. Alright, here we go. Draw a line and change your signs. So 7x cubed minus 7x cubed, gone. 0x squared plus 14x squared is 14x squared. Negative 7x minus 0 is negative 7x. Do I still have a term to bring down? Yep, I need to bring down the 10. and do it all again. So, first term. 14x squared divided by x squared is 14. Notice his sign is positive. So 14 times x squared, negative, 28x plus 0. Almost done, guys. I know I'm over by just a bit. Draw a line and change your signs. So these are gone, and I have 21x minus 10. Notice I have nothing else to bring down. So this number is my remainder. What is his sign? Plus, right, because he's positive, 21x minus 10 over x squared minus 2x plus 0. And that is your answer. Okay? So that ends our lesson on long division, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll practice. Have a great night.